that Native American people do. There's also jingle dress, traditional, and other kinds of dances, grass dancing, and they all come with their own significance and meaning and history. But tonight you'll be experiencing the hoop dance. Now, did you guys know that there are over 575 federally recognized tribes in the United States? Well, we represent 4 of those tribal communities. We represent Lumbee, Oglala Lakota, Yakima, and Tulalip. Without further ado, I'd like to bring out my husband, who's a 10-time world champion hoop dancer, and my 2 granddaughters, Mariana and Chante Kingi, to the stage. Let's give them a warm welcome. Woo!
Hey guys, got some food.
They're coming.
That's her husband.
No, give it back.
And her 2 granddaughters.
You already have one. You only need 4.
Yes. Woo! My name is Terry Goodell. I'm a Yakima, Tulalip Indian, originally from Washington State. I have my 2 granddaughters with me this evening, and we're grateful to be here. As a young man, I did not want to be a Native American. Growing up, I watched the cowboys and Indians. The Indians were always a bad guy, and I didn't want to be a bad guy. I wanted to be a good guy. And one day, as I walked to a performance, and I watched as 3 hoop dancers began dancing, I didn't realize they were telling me a story, and this is a story that we're sharing right now. There are 575 different hoop dancers across the United States, or tribes across the United States. As they began teaching me, they called this the circle of life. For the Native Americans, there was no written language. They believed that each time they brought this hoop around or through their body, they were healing themselves, or they were healing others. This is a story of you and I and our journey through this world through the eyes of a small bird. As this bird grows and develops, with each added hoop, we see the development of this young bird. As it lives its life, it encounters various plants and animals. We get to watch as these plants and animals change. When they used 4 hoops, they thought 4 hoops was really important. The 4 hoops represented the directions: north, south, east, and west. The colors: red, yellow, black, and white. This is a story of how the people come together from the 4 directions. This is a story of the world that we live in. They felt like there was something wrong, something missing, so they decided they would add a 5th hoop. When they added that 5th hoop, we now see this beautiful eagle complete. As these young ladies turn around, you'll see that middle hoop was the 5th hoop. It was the most important hoop. They believed that represented the Great Spirit.
Wow.
As they change now, we see them as they form a nest. And in the center of the nest was the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit was the most important part of the story. So they were actually teaching from generation to generation. This is a story of how the people come together from the north, the south, the east, the west, the red, the yellow, the black, and the white, and how the Great Spirit keeps us intact as we should be. And what we find is when we remove the Great Spirit from our life, our world has a tendency to fall apart. So they felt like their songs and dances were stories that were told. But they also felt like the music that they used the drum was a heartbeat of the earth. With 575 different languages, they could be sharing or speaking of anything. As they learned, they had to figure out the rhythm of the song. And this is what it might look like a long time ago using a singer. Yanne, yanne, yanno, ho, ya, hey, ya. Yanne, yanne, yanno, ho, ya, hey, ya. Yanne, yanne, yanno, ho, yanne, yanne, yanno, ho, ya, hey, ya. Ya, hey, ya.
Now, traditionally, this hoop dance was just for men. But now, ladies all across the United States and Canada enjoy doing it as well. And you might notice that they're a little dainty, a little elegant. It's more of the way that the girls would do the dance. So let's welcome Mariana and Chante to the stage again, and they will share with you their version of the hoop dance.
All right, thank you. As a young man, I struggled with my native identity, and I think we all struggle with who we are sometimes. I'll never forget as they placed their hoops down the first time, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. Back in 1971 was the first time I saw hoop dancers dance. As I watched these hoop dancers, it was like somebody had turned a light on inside of me, and I didn't know that light was there. But as it started kind of shining, I felt a need to share with the world who I was through this dance. Each one of us have that light inside, and it's important that we share with the world who we are. For me, I happen to be Native American. As I watched them back in 1971, I learned to hoop dance the following year in 1972, and I actually watched a hoop dance contest, the first one that I'd ever seen. There were 3 hoop dancers. Last year at the Heard Museum in Phoenix, Arizona, there were 120 competitors. We are the keepers of our future. You and I are the keepers of our future. So I'd like to share with you this dance that comes to us from the Taos Pueblo. Here is the hoop dance.
eating.
We want to thank you for celebrating with us our country's semi-quincentennial. We are happy to be a part of it. We're grateful you've got umbrellas. That's what we're grateful for right now. We want to thank you for letting us be here. Let's give these others a big hand. Inside of each one of us, there's a light. We can share that with the world or try to steal it from others. Each one of us, especially these young kids, there's a light inside of you. And when you let that turn on, you get to share with the world who you are. We want to thank you for letting us be here. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks.